Section 4.3 has to do with rotations. A couple things about rotations. First of all, it's an isometry. Isometry, again, means that the shape doesn't change size when you rotate it. There are rotations that are clockwise and counterclockwise, and you can see what directions those go in. I also included the quadrants, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and what the signs are in those quadrants. All right, you can see here that in quadrant 1, it's plus plus, quadrant 2, it's minus plus, and so on. So when you do a rotation, the first thing you need to do, regardless of how many degrees it is, well, in this case, they want a rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise, is to figure out what the original points are. So Q is 2, 4. Okay. Now, R is, what do we got here? 5, 5, it appears. Okay. And then S is 3, 1. Okay. Now it's counterclockwise. So counterclockwise means we go back in time. Now 90 degrees is 1 quadrant. So that means this shape is going to go 1 quadrant this way. So we're going to wind up in quadrant 2. So that's step 1. Move the point 1 quadrant or 3, because 270 is the same rule as 90. So 90 and 270 have the same rules, but we're just doing 90. So 2, 4. So step 2 says switch X and Y. So I have 4, 2. Well, 5, 5 is just 5, 5. And then I have 1, 3. Okay? But now, to get my final coordinates for the new points, I have to change the sign according to quadrant. Well, I'm in the second quadrant, so all my points, the X's have to be negative and the Y's have to be positive. So 4 would be negative, 5 would be negative, and 1 would be negative. And then 2, 5, 3. Okay? So these are the numbers that I'm doing the signs on, not the originals. I switch X and Y, then I do the signs. So let's see. Q prime is negative 4, 2. R prime is negative 5, 5. Whoops. And S is negative 1, 3. So Q prime, R prime, S prime. There's our shape. Can't draw straight lines with this. Okay. So there's our rotation. 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay. Now, this one says a rotation of 270 degrees clockwise. Okay. So let's, again, figure out our originals. E, F, G. So E is negative 1, negative 1. F is 0, 3. G is negative 3, negative 1. Okay? So, clockwise. Okay? Clockwise. Now, here's the thing. Our points are in 2 different quadrants. So, F, so clockwise goes that way. So, F's going to go here, here, and then up to here. Okay, that's where F's going to go. G and E are going to go, well, they're in quadrant 3 to start. So those 2 points are going to go 1, 2, 3 quadrants. So what's going to happen, let me just erase this. Okay. Change colors here. I'm going to switch the letters, or the numbers, excuse me. Well, negative 1 and negative 1 are just that. 3, 0, negative 1, negative 3. So E prime, F prime, G prime. Okay. E is in quadrant 3. Okay. So I'm going to move 3 quadrants. 270 is 3 quadrants. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 quadrants. So G prime and E prime will be in quadrant 4. Well, the signs in quadrant 4 are positive, negative. So again, I am looking at these numbers right here. So E prime will be 1, negative 1. And G prime will be 1, negative 3. Now F, okay, F's going clockwise. So let's see, 1, negative 1. 1, negative 3. So that's E prime and G prime. Now F prime is on an axis. So 270 means I'm going here to here to here. Okay? Well, my point ends up being on the negative x-axis. Okay? Well, the negative x-axis means it's negative 3, 0. So there's F prime. So when I rotate this, it actually overlaps a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. So 90 and 270 have the same rules. Now, the easy one is 180. Okay. The easy one is 180. So I have L, M, N. So L, let's see, L is negative 1, 3. M is negative 3, 3. And N is negative 2, 0. Now, the rule for 180, very simple. Change the signs on X and Y. So keep the numbers the same. Keep the numbers the same, okay? You're just going to change all the signs. So numbers stay, signs don't. So L prime, instead of being negative 1, 3, will be 1, negative 3. And M will be 3, negative 3. And N will be 2, 0. So 1, negative 3, 3, negative 3, and 2, 0. So there's L prime, M prime, and N prime. There you go. So there is an example for each type of rotation. By the way, 180, notice there's no direction for 180. Whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter. With a 180 rotation, no matter which way you go, you're going to wind up in the same place. So for 180, direction doesn't matter.